they're giving away $1 million to whoever can capture evidence of extraterrestrial life on your Ring camera.
For centuries, people have captured strange photos that seem impossible to explain. These strange photos have often sparked debates and have even left experts puzzled. From mysterious shapes in the sky to unexplained beings captured in old photographs, these pictures leave us wondering, have extraterrestrials been here all along? Could these strange, unexplainable images prove that aliens have been visiting Earth for years? In this video, we'll reveal the most shocking alien photos from history. This is nothing like you've ever seen before. You don't want to miss out. Number 15. Roswell Incident. In the summer of 1947, a discovery near Roswell, New Mexico would become one of history's most mysterious and debated incidents. A rancher named W.W. Brazel stumbled upon strange debris scattered across his property. Unlike anything he had seen, this wreckage included materials that defied explanation, sparking speculation that something extraordinary had occurred. When Brazel reported his findings, the military was quick to respond. The Roswell Army Airfield initially made a shocking announcement. They had recovered a flying disc. But just as quickly as the statement was made, it was retracted. The official explanation? The wreckage was from a weather balloon, nothing more. However, this abrupt change in the story only deepened suspicions. Many began to believe that the government was hiding the truth, that what had been recovered was not a balloon, but an extraterrestrial spacecraft, possibly with alien bodies aboard. The shift in narrative, along with the military's swift involvement, led to the birth of countless conspiracy theories, marking the Roswell incident as the cornerstone of modern UFO lore. Various witnesses and whistleblowers came forward in the following years, adding more fuel to the fire. Some claimed to have seen non-human bodies, while others described advanced technology far beyond anything known at the time. These testimonies only reinforced the idea that the government didn't want the public to know something extraordinary had happened at Roswell. Official attempts to debunk the incident have done little to quell the controversy. A 1994 report by the U.S. Air Force suggested that the debris was part of a top-secret project known as Project Mogul, aimed at detecting Soviet nuclear tests using high-altitude balloons. But for many, this explanation was just another cover-up, and the question of what truly crashed in Roswell remains unanswered. Undoubtedly, the Roswell incident has not only fueled UFO enthusiasts for decades, but it has also embedded itself deeply in popular culture. Roswell symbolizes humanity's continuous fascination with the unknown, from documentaries and books to blockbuster movies. Do you find this intriguing yet strange? Wait till you see the next one. Number 14. Pascagoula Abduction. On the night of October 11, 1973, two men experienced something that would forever change their lives and fuel one of the most famous alien abduction stories in history. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker were fishing on the banks of the Pascagoula River in Mississippi when their peaceful evening took a terrifying turn. According to their account, a strange, glowing craft shaped like an egg descended near them. As they watched in disbelief, three strange humanoid beings emerged from the craft. These creatures moved stiffly with wrinkled, pale skin unlike the men had ever seen. Before they could react, the beings captured them and took them aboard the mysterious craft. Hickson and Parker said they were subjected to a bizarre and frightening examination. They described a mechanical device that scanned their bodies, though neither man could fully explain what was happening. The fear was overwhelming, yet after the procedure, the beings returned them safely to where they had been taken. While they were physically unharmed, the psychological scars from the experience would last a lifetime. The story of the Pascagoula abduction quickly gained national attention, with both the media and local authorities taking a serious interest. Hickson, in particular, submitted to a lie detector test, which he passed, adding credibility to the account. The men's genuine distress, coupled with the consistency of their story, led many to believe that something truly unexplainable had happened to them. However, the incident also drew its fair share of skepticism. Critics questioned the reliability of their story, suggesting it could have been a fabrication or a hallucination. But supporters pointed to the psychological toll the event had taken on both men as evidence of its authenticity. Over the years, Hickson and Parker's lives took different directions. Parker, deeply traumatized by the experience, initially avoided the spotlight. At the same time, Hickson was more willing to share their story with the world. Eventually, both men would speak publicly, even writing books about the night that changed their lives. Number 13. Caledonia Photos. In the quiet hills near Caledonia, Scotland, on August 4, 1990, two hikers stumbled upon something that would spark decades of mystery and speculation. During a peaceful evening walk, these men unexpectedly encountered a large, diamond-shaped object silently hovering in the sky. What began as an ordinary stroll quickly became one of history's most compelling UFO encounters. They snapped several photos, capturing the mysterious object and what appeared to be a nearby fighter jet, heightening the intrigue. For 32 years, the photographs that night vanished from the public eye, lost to rumors and uncertainty. Known as the Caledonia photo, it was considered by many in the UFO community to be one of the clearest and most puzzling images ever captured of an unidentified flying object. But the trail went cold, with no sign of the photos or the two men who had taken them. That is, until British journalist David Clarke took it upon himself to unravel the mystery. After 13 years of relentless investigation, Clarke uncovered a vital piece of the puzzle: a surviving print of the photograph, carefully safeguarded by Craig Lindsay, a former RAF press officer. Lindsay had kept the image safe, waiting for the right moment or person to bring it back to light. Finally, the world can see what those two hikers saw that summer evening: a strange, diamond-shaped object suspended against a backdrop of the Scottish sky, with a fighter jet seemingly observing it. While the object's origin remains unclear, the photograph, now considered by some as the greatest UFO photo ever taken, raises many questions. What was the purpose of the jet circling the object? Why did the hikers feel compelled to hide in nearby woods as the craft loomed overhead? And most importantly, what happened to the mysterious object after it was photographed? The answers we still don't know. Number 12. Alien Autopsy. Could a single frame of film be worth $1 million? That's the question being asked as a rare 16 mm black and white negative from 1947, allegedly capturing a moment from an alien autopsy, is put up for auction. This frame, part of one of the most controversial and infamous UFO stories, has intrigued both believers and skeptics for decades. The footage is said to depict a humanoid extraterrestrial body lying on a medical examiner's table, supposedly filmed in the aftermath of the infamous Roswell crash. The scene it captures has been the subject of intense debate, conspiracy theories, and investigations ever since. According to UFO lore, in July 1947, a UFO reportedly crashed near Roswell, New Mexico, sparking rumors that the wreckage contained alien beings. The U.S. government has consistently maintained that the event was a weather balloon accident. Still, conspiracy theorists insist there was much more to the story, namely that alien bodies were recovered and then secretly dissected by military personnel. This film supposedly documents one such autopsy. Over the years, grainy versions of the footage have circulated, with varying degrees of skepticism surrounding its authenticity. Some claim it's a staged hoax, while others argue it could be the smoking gun proving alien life exists. In today's digital age, the intrigue surrounding this mysterious footage has taken a modern twist. A single frame from the autopsy film is sold as an NFT, non-fungible token. This digital asset has exploded in popularity in recent years. Whoever wins the bid will receive a unique digital code that certifies their ownership of this piece of alleged extraterrestrial history, and a physical copy of the frame itself. The item's value lies in its deep connection to one of the most enduring UFO conspiracy theories, making it both a historical curiosity and a potential cultural treasure. Number 11. Phoenix Lights. The skies over Phoenix, Arizona were filled with a spectacle that left thousands of people in awe and confusion on the night of March 13, 1997. The mysterious event, now famously known as the Phoenix Lights, has since become one of history's most documented and widely witnessed UFO sightings. As night fell, residents saw an enormous V-shaped formation of lights gliding silently across the sky. Stretching over a mile wide, this extraordinary display moved in a way that defied explanation, causing excitement and fear. The event unfolded in two distinct phases. First, witnesses observed the massive, silent craft passing overhead with lights arranged in a triangular formation. Later, a second phenomenon occurred: stationary lights hovering over the Phoenix area, further deepening the mystery. What made the Phoenix lights stand out from other UFO sightings was the sheer number of credible witnesses, including police officers, pilots, and military personnel, all reporting the same eerie scene. It was clear to many that something otherworldly had happened that night. Despite the overwhelming public interest and growing media attention, military and government officials were initially silent, which only fueled speculation. When the Air Force finally issued an explanation, it claimed the stationary lights were flares dropped by A-10 Warthog aircraft during a routine training exercise. However, this official explanation did little to quell the public's skepticism. Those who had seen the enormous craft earlier that night felt the military was either misinformed or intentionally covering up the truth. The idea that such a massive, silent object could be dismissed as flares left many unsatisfied. Over the years, the Phoenix lights have been the subject of numerous documentaries and in-depth analyses. Investigators, skeptics, and believers have dissected the event, drawing different conclusions. Critics of the official narrative point to many credible eyewitnesses as proof that something far more significant occurred. The incident has sparked ongoing debates about government transparency and the possibility of extraterrestrial life, keeping the mystery alive in popular culture. Number 10. Solway Firth Spaceman. Who would have thought a family outing would unexpectedly plunge a firefighter into one of the most captivating UFO mysteries ever recorded? In 1964, Jim Templeton from Carlisle, England, took a seemingly ordinary photograph of his daughter during a sunny day at the Solway Firth. However, when the film was developed, Templeton was astonished to find an unexpected figure looming behind her. This figure appeared to be a spaceman clad in a spacesuit, starkly contrasting against the tranquil rural setting. Even more remarkable was Templeton's insistence that he was alone with his daughter at the time, a claim backed by Kodak, which confirmed that the photograph had not been altered in any way. This astonishing image sparked worldwide intrigue and speculation about alien encounters. Within days, it was the subject of fervent debate, raising questions about the existence of extraterrestrial visitors to our planet. To intensify the mystery, Templeton reported being approached by two mysterious men who identified themselves only as number 11 and number 12. Claiming to be government agents, they interrogated him about the photograph, further deepening the enigma surrounding the image. As time passed, various theories emerged to explain the phenomenon. Skeptics suggested that the figure might be an optical illusion, a trick of light, or perhaps even a case of mistaken identity. Some even posited that the whole situation was an elaborate hoax. Yet, despite these alternative explanations, the Solway Firth Spaceman image continues to be a captivating mystery, showing a time when humanity was filled with excitement and curiosity about space exploration and the unknown. But what if that figure was more than a mere trick of the light? What do you think? Number 9. Fresno Nightcrawler. In 2007, a strange and puzzling phenomenon emerged from the quiet streets of Fresno, California, forever embedding itself into the world of cryptid lore. It all began innocuously with a barking dog. Frustrated and curious, a resident named Jose installed a camera in his garage, hoping to catch what was triggering his dog's nightly outbursts. But what the camera captured was far beyond anything he had expected. Instead of a stray animal or intruder, Jose was greeted with grainy footage of what appeared to be a pair of long, white humanoid legs gliding silently across his lawn. There was no visible torso, arms, or head, just legs. Perplexed and disturbed, Jose shared the footage, searching for answers. His video quickly gained attention and introduced the world to the enigmatic figure now known as the Fresno Nightcrawler. The strange creature captured imaginations, and it wasn't long before more sightings followed. In 2011, a security camera in Yosemite National Park recorded footage of a similarly bizarre figure, another floating pair of legs. The resemblance to Jose's footage was uncanny, and the phenomenon grew as more people speculated about what the Nightcrawler could be. Was it an alien, a cryptid, or a prank? Plus, the lack of any clear explanation only fueled the mystery. However, many theories have emerged, ranging from extraterrestrial visitors to spirits or unknown life forms. Some believe the Fresno Nightcrawler could be a new species so elusive it's rarely seen. Others think it might be connected to Native American lore, citing legends of beings with long legs that wander the forests. However, these ideas are speculative, and no conclusive evidence supports any theory. Number 8. Alien inside spacecraft. On a calm October night in 1957, something extraordinary happened in the small town of Francavilla, Italy, an event that would forever change those involved. According to aerospace specialist Dr. Roberto Pinotti, this was no ordinary night. It was the night he claimed to have encountered beings not of this earth. What began as an evening under the stars became a meeting with an alien species that defied all expectations. Dr. Pinotti, now 73, recalls seeing a spacecraft land near him, its occupants emerging from within. But it wasn't the typical fearsome depiction of extraterrestrials. The beings, who appeared humanoid, wore dark shades that seemed to conceal their eyes. They invited Pinotti and another witness, offering them a once-in-a-lifetime chance to step aboard their ship. Rather than displaying hostility, the visitors seemed friendly and even posed for photographs with the humans. Pinotti said their intentions were simple. They wanted to establish friendship, not fear. These remarkable claims were later documented in the book UFO Contacts in Italy, where Pinotti shared photos that purportedly showed the extraterrestrials and the inside of their spacecraft. The alien craft was described as massive, measuring 24 meters in diameter with a control cabin about 10 meters wide. As seen in the photographs, the cockpit contained seats, control panels, and a range of unfamiliar objects that added to the air of mystery surrounding the encounter. Pinotti, who also founded Italy's National UFO Center, detailed these encounters as a moment that opened new possibilities for human-alien interaction. Number 7. Rendlesham Forest Incident. Often called Britain's Roswell, the Rendlesham Forest Incident happened in December 1980 and remains one of the most perplexing UFO encounters in history. It began on a cold winter night near RAF Woodbridge in Suffolk, England, where military personnel were drawn to an unusual display of lights that pierced the dark forest. Initially believing they were witnessing a downed aircraft, security staff ventured into the woods to investigate, only to be confronted by a mysterious glowing object gliding between the trees. The object exhibited a pulsating light and strange markings that resembled ancient hieroglyphics, leaving witnesses baffled and intrigued. The intrigue intensified 2 nights later when Deputy Base Commander Charles Halt led a team back into the forest to explore additional sightings. As they searched the area, they recorded unnaturally high radiation levels, raising alarm about the nature of the phenomena they encountered. Halt reported seeing a star-like object zipping across the sky, further solidifying the strangeness of the events. His official memorandum to the UK Ministry of Defence and the tape recordings made during the investigation stands as some of the most compelling evidence in the annals of UFO lore. Despite the military's attempts to dismiss the lights as natural phenomena, such as distant stars or beams from nearby lighthouses, those who experienced the incident remained steadfast in their belief that they had encountered something otherworldly. Eyewitness accounts consistently emphasize the object's unusual behavior and the eerie atmosphere surrounding the sightings, creating an indelible impression of an extraterrestrial presence. The Rendlesham Forest Incident has since become a focal point for researchers and enthusiasts, solidifying its reputation as a significant mystery in the field of UFO studies. Number 6. Belgian UFO Wave. In 1990, Belgium became the epicenter of one of the most astonishing UFO events in modern history, now famously known as the Belgian UFO Wave. For several months, the skies were filled with sightings of large, silent, triangular objects flying at low altitudes, witnessed by thousands of people. What made these sightings even more compelling was the radar data confirming their presence, along with corroboration from police officers and military pilots. These events were not the usual hearsay or vague reports, but documented incidents, making this UFO wave one of the most credible and well-documented in history. The mystery reached its peak on the nights of March 30th and 31, 1990. The Belgian Air Force, responding to widespread public concern, scrambled F-16 fighter jets to intercept the unidentified objects. Despite using cutting-edge tracking technology and well-trained pilots, they failed to engage the UFOs. These craft displayed speeds and agility that outmatched anything in the human arsenal, making rapid accelerations and sharp maneuvers that seemed impossible by the standards of contemporary aviation. Radar data and multiple visual sightings suggested that these objects were real and exhibited capabilities far beyond anything known at the time. The number of credible witnesses makes the Belgian UFO wave particularly intriguing. Civilians, police officers, and military personnel all reported the same thing: enormous triangular crafts that could move silently through the night sky. This wasn't a mass hysteria or wild imagination, but a series of sightings confirmed by radar and Air Force investigations. The Belgian Air Force's decision to openly discuss the encounters, release radar data, and publish official reports added legitimacy to the phenomenon, offering a rare instance of military transparency regarding UFO sightings. Despite extensive investigations by various organizations, including scientific bodies, the origin of these triangular objects remains unsolved. Number 5. STS-48 Incident. In September 1991, the STS-48 mission of the Space Shuttle Discovery captured the attention of UFO researchers and enthusiasts alike when a mysterious video recording showed unexplained phenomena in Earth's orbit. The footage on September 15th depicted a small, bright object traveling through the upper atmosphere, followed by a sudden flash of light. Almost immediately after the flash, the object made a sharp, rapid movement, changing direction at an unusual angle as if reacting to the flash. This odd sequence convinced many that it was more than a routine space event. UFO proponents quickly pointed to the footage as potential proof of extraterrestrial activity. They argued that the object's abrupt movement and apparent evasive response to the flash suggested intelligent control rather than random natural causes. For them, this was not just another piece of blurry footage, but compelling visual evidence that unknown objects, potentially of alien origin, were in our orbit and reacting to external forces. On the other hand, skeptics and some scientists offered a more grounded explanation. NASA's official stance was that the object was likely nothing more than ice particles or space debris disturbed by the shuttle's thrusters. They asserted that such objects, especially in the vacuum of space, can move unpredictably when propelled by external forces like the shuttle's propulsion system. However, this explanation did little to convince those certain that the object's swift, angular movement was far too sophisticated to be a mere chunk of ice. Despite NASA's attempts to downplay the incident, the STS-48 footage has remained a contention and fascination. Advocates of the extraterrestrial theory maintain that the sudden change in the direction of the object, especially after the flash of light, defies simple explanations based on known physics or human technology. They argue that this could be one of the most compelling pieces of visual evidence supporting the idea that UFOs are not just natural anomalies, but intelligently controlled spacecraft from beyond Earth. Number 4. Zimbabwe School Encounter. In September 1994, an extraordinary event unfolded at a rural school in Zimbabwe, now known as the Aerial School Encounter, which remains one of the most compelling UFO stories of modern times. During a seemingly ordinary morning recess, over 60 children at the Aerial School in Rua witnessed something beyond belief. A strange craft landing nearby, followed by the appearance of two mysterious beings. The children, aged between 6 and 12, described the beings as small, roughly 1 meter tall, with slender bodies and large, mesmerizing black eyes. What made this encounter even more perplexing was the method of communication. The beings didn't speak, but instead sent telepathic messages directly into the children's minds, warning them about humanity's treatment of the planet and the dire environmental consequences we might face. The sheer number of consistent eyewitness accounts sets this encounter apart from other UFO sightings. These were casual observers and young children with no incentive or ability to craft an elaborate hoax. Their detailed descriptions of the beings and their messages struck investigators as disturbingly credible. Some of the children, though initially terrified, later expressed feelings of urgency and responsibility about the environment, an unusual reaction for their age group. The story might have faded into obscurity had it not been for the involvement of Dr. John Mack, a Pulitzer Prize-winning psychiatrist from Harvard Medical School who had a keen interest in studying alien encounters. Dr. Mack traveled to Zimbabwe to interview the children and investigate the event. His rigorous analysis found their testimonies to be highly credible. The children's stories did not waver over time. They remained consistent, detailed, and sincere. Mack, who had spent years studying individuals claiming alien contact, was struck by the collective nature of this event. He believed it held profound significance, both for the children and for humanity as a whole. Unlike many UFO reports, the aerial school encounter involved no adults at the scene, further lending an air of mystery to the incident. Number 3. Battle of Los Angeles. The night of February 24 to 25, 1942, has gone down in history as one of World War II's most mysterious and bewildering moments. Known today as the Battle of Los Angeles, this peculiar incident unfolded just months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, when fears of a Japanese invasion were at their peak. The people of Los Angeles were plunged into chaos when anti-aircraft guns opened fire on what was believed to be an enemy air raid over the city. But as the hours passed, the truth became far stranger than any straightforward attack. It all began shortly after 1 a.m. when radar picked up what was considered an incoming aircraft, prompting an air raid siren that sent the city into blackout mode. Searchlights scanned the skies, and anti-aircraft guns let loose a barrage of shells, filling the sky with explosive flares. Chaos ensued as soldiers and civilians alike believed they were witnessing a full-scale attack. For nearly an hour, the skies over Los Angeles were ablaze with artillery fire aimed at mysterious objects that seemed to defy explanation. The scene looked like something out of a science fiction movie. Still, nothing remained when the smoke cleared. No enemy planes, wreckage, and no evidence of an actual attack. Theories immediately began to swirl. Initially, it was thought that Japan had launched a surprise attack on U.S. soil, similar to the one on Pearl Harbor just 3 months earlier. However, Frank Knox, the Secretary of the Navy, quickly dismissed this notion, calling the incident a false alarm. Despite this official explanation, rumors of a government cover-up began circulating. Some believed that enemy aircraft had infiltrated U.S. airspace but were hushed up to avoid public panic. Others speculated that something even more extraordinary had occurred, perhaps an encounter with unidentified flying objects. In the years that followed, several investigations sought to uncover the truth. The United States Coast Artillery Association concluded that war nerves had triggered the incident, with nervous soldiers firing at imagined targets in the sky. A meteorological balloon released shortly before the chaos was cited as the likely culprit, setting off a chain reaction of flares and artillery shells. In 1983, the U.S. Air Force echoed this explanation, dismissing the entire event as a mix of hysteria and miscommunication, worsened by errant flares and shell bursts. Number 2. Hallin Lights. The mysterious lights of Hallin, a remote valley in Norway, have baffled observers since their first sighting in 1981. Appearing in various colors, intensities, and durations, these unexplained lights have captivated the imagination of locals and intrigued scientists from around the world. Witnesses have reported seeing the lights hovering just above the ground, darting across the sky at incredible speeds, and performing bizarre, erratic movements that defy logic. Whether seen during the day or night, the lights seem to operate according to no known natural law, igniting curiosity and speculation that continues to this day. The phenomenon quickly garnered attention, prompting scientists to establish a permanent observation station in Hallin to monitor and study the lights. The scientific interest in this case sets it apart from typical UFO sightings, which are often relegated to the realm of conspiracy theories. With international researchers flocking to the valley, the lights have been the subject of extensive study and meticulous data has been gathered. Despite years of research and sophisticated monitoring equipment, no definitive explanation for the Hallin Lights has emerged. Theories abound, including the suggestion that ionized gas may escape from the Earth's crust, reacting with the atmosphere to create the dazzling displays. Yet even this theory remains incomplete, leaving the true nature of the lights shrouded in mystery. The Hallin Lights are unique in that they have not only persisted for decades, but have been repeatedly verified by credible sources, including scientists, military personnel, and ordinary civilians. Their unpredictable behavior, such as sudden changes in direction or speed, continues to stump experts. Unlike many other UFO fleeting or isolated phenomena, the lights have been witnessed regularly, making them one of the most well-documented unexplained occurrences in history. Their consistency has allowed for ongoing study, deepening the mystery as no single theory satisfactorily explains all aspects of the lights. Number 1. Alien life on Mars. As our Mars rovers continue to explore the red planet, many enthusiasts and researchers eagerly scour the images they send back, hoping to spot something extraordinary. The allure of finding signs of alien life fuels this fascination, even if most of what we find are simply intriguing rock formations. One such case recently gained attention, with some claiming that NASA's Perseverance rover captured definitive proof of extraterrestrial life. In 2021, UFO enthusiast Scott Waring made headlines after discovering an unusual shape in a photo taken by the rover. Waring, known for his speculative interpretations of space imagery, claimed the photo showed a figure, describing it as an alien being in a dark suit lounging on the Martian surface and observing the rover. Once zoomed in and analyzed, the image revealed what Waring called 100% proof of intelligent life on Mars, fueling excitement and debates across the internet. Upon closer inspection, the object appears to be a flat rock with a distinct form on top, but the image's grainy quality leaves room for various interpretations. While Waring saw an alien figure, many others, including skeptics and scientists, see nothing more than an oddly shaped rock, an example of pareidolia, where people perceive familiar patterns such as faces or figures in random objects. NASA's rovers, including Perseverance, are diligently searching for evidence of ancient microbial life, a much more realistic goal than finding intelligent life lounging on the Martian surface. Mars, after all, is an incredibly hostile planet, with a thin atmosphere and conditions that would make sustaining life as we know it extremely difficult. So far, no concrete evidence of life, ancient or otherwise, has been found, but that hasn't stopped imaginations from running wild. What do you think about these strange alien encounters? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click on the following video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.